How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Now today's actually Saturday. I normally record these videos on like Thursday and Friday and then post them on Saturday, but I'm switching things up a little bit this week. There's no particular reason. I guess I was just kind of busy with some other stuff on Thursday and Friday, and I just decided to start recording today. So this is probably coming out on Sunday. So yeah, anyway, this will just be a trading update video. I'll do a little recap going over some of my recent trades. But first, we're gonna go out to a park and play some basketball. And so yeah, it's now a new month. July is in the books, and July was a little bit better for me than June, because June I was red and I was not trading very well. The first 3 weeks of July I did all red, but just this past week I had a red week, and it felt like just every setup was just failing. And the markets were pretty choppy. I know a lot of other people, a lot of other traders that I follow online were struggling. So I know I'm not alone, but there were definitely a few times over the past couple of weeks I made the same mistake of closing trades too early. So I even printed out an example. This is a recent trade I took where I had a great entry. I sold early, and then right after that it went up. It's kind of hard to tell. This is a black and white print. Anyway, you'll see that in the recap later on. So let's go do something physical and let's get some shots up at the park. It's a perfect morning for this. I mean, there's no wind. It's like 65, 70 degrees. So after doing lots of just self-analysis on my trading, it's pretty clear that the thing that's holding me back is just repeating the same just dumb mistakes over and over again. And apparently that's a really common thing that a lot of people struggle with, is just making the same mistakes over and over again. Like for me, it's, closing trades too early and then having them just run without me. And I really can't figure out, like, why is it that I keep on doing that? If I know it's an issue, seems like I should just be able to instantly get over that, but that has not been the case, because I've been making that mistake for months now, and it's just frustrating me, man. It's like, I really never thought that I would study human psychology to attempt to, like, better my trading. What is that? It's like an animal screeching out in the distance. But yeah, from what I've heard, it sounds like the best thing that you can do in my situation is just to, journal. Sometimes write your thoughts down. And really just kind of analyze your trades. And I guess that can just kind of help with, not making the same mistakes over and over again. So if you have any advice for that, please let me know in the comments, because I'm sure I'm not the only one struggling. Like, I see this issue a lot online, so. I swear, I always have so many in and out threes on this rim. All right, here we are back at home. It's time to do some trade review. So this was my month of July summarized. Let me turn on the stats just from July. Okay, so a lot better than June. We were technically in the green, but this is only 1 to 2 losses for me, so that's not something to be, super proud of. But my win rate, I'd say it's getting better. Average win to loss needs to go up. I think this should be at least 2 to 1. So yeah, the last week was not pretty. I got sort of caught up in the chop, and it's kind of annoying because I had 2 no trade days in a row and I stayed really patient. And then on the last day of July, I had back-to-back losses. So I was not super happy about that. But anyway, I want to go over a few specific trades here. So this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that I have literally printed out and posted on my monitor here. This was a beautiful higher low right above some key levels here. The opening print as well as prior day low. We put in a nice hammer here and I entered above it. Got in a little bit late. I set my target around high a day with the stop down here and I just could not trust it. I can't even find one reason why it made sense to close this trade. I mean, the 5-minute was also putting in like a 1-2-3 pattern here. And had I just let this play out, that would have been a decent win. So that's one example of closing trades too soon from the past couple weeks or so. Now I'm much happier with this trade here because I held this for a long time and I held it well. I think this was the day after. Actually, no, this was the same day, the 22nd. And after closing that RTY trade too early, I took this setup on YM and I knew that I had to hold it. So I actually trusted my plan on this one. I took this trigger above this 5-minute bar here, set my stop down here with a target near high a day, and this thing chopped around for well over 2 hours, maybe close to 3 hours. And sure enough, my target got hit. So this is just proof that, if I follow my plan and let my trades play out, the probabilities will play themselves out and I will have nice winning trades like this that go to my target. So the next one was on the 23rd, and look, as you can see here, I did the same thing. Now, I had a reason to close this trade, but I don't think it was a very good reason. The entry was great. It was a higher low right over the opening print, so I went long above this 2-minute bar, that nice little inside bar. It started working out in my favor, and then we hit this level here. This level was last week's high. So we hit last week's high, which, at first I was still comfortable in the trade, but then when this 5-minute bear bar closed, that just kind of spooked me out of the trade. I'm like, okay, it looks like we're going to reject this level now. So I closed that one around break even, and then it goes up from there. And I'm like, did I make the right decision or not? Obviously, in hindsight, it doesn't look like it, but that one's a little bit harder. It's a little bit hard to determine if I made the right decision or not. But I think focusing on the price action, like looking at the higher time frames, seeing that we were in an hourly uptrend, it's probably would have been better to hold it and just anticipate a move through that level, but still kind of annoying, Okay, so this was my first trade of the week. This was Monday, the 28th. And oh man, this one was a little bit annoying because it was a perfect entry. I think Rake Trades was in the same exact trade too. So right off the open, we had a double bottom right off the opening print and a key level and a bullish 2-minute hammer. This checks like every single box that I look for in a trade. So I entered right above that 2-minute bar. And I'm glad that I had the confidence to enter because a lot of times in the first 30 minutes of market open, I tend to be hesitant and I tend to just want to sit on the sidelines and let things play out for a while. But this one was so good, I knew I had to take it. And it starts working out right away. And I'm like, okay, I think I can get out around this area. I think I was going for, I don't know, around the 35s or 40s. It just would have depended on how strong the price action was once we got past the pre-market high here, this little pivot. And so the first couple bars after that looked pretty strong. I was feeling confident. I wasn't planning on going break even or anything. And then out of nowhere, just MNQ, not NQ, we're talking about just MNQ, had this random spike down below the open, or below the opening print. And it hits my stop to the tick. And then it starts going right back up. And I was really confused because that didn't happen on the normal NQ. It was like I don't even know what you call this, some sort of really fast liquidity grab on MNQ. I was pretty annoyed seeing it go back up. Now it did become pretty choppy after that and it went sideways. So I think this would have turned into a loss anyway, but it was kind of annoying that the trade started out going so well, and then after that, I turned into a loss. Still, 10 out of 10 setup. This is a textbook entry, so I can't be too mad about it. Let's see. After that, I did take another trade that day. This was on RTY, it was a nice lower high right below key level. I went short here, and we finally got the low day break here, and I just didn't like how we couldn't hold that low day break. So I'm perfectly fine with the exit on this trade. Plus there was a 15-minute inside bar. To me, that kind of looked like a buy setup, and so yeah, the markets were kind of choppy. I'm just like, okay, I'm okay with bailing from this trade at break even because I've given it so much time to work out, and I wasn't seeing the follow through that I wanted, so I'm okay with that trade. Here's a few of my losses. So this was one of the losses I took on Thursday, the 31st. The indices looked like they had found a bottom at the prior day high, and I was trying to catch a higher low. I was looking for kind of a momentum trade above the opening print here, so I entered above these bars, and it just didn't have any follow through whatsoever. So I did take a small loss. I think it was perfectly valid. I think Rake Trades was streaming on YouTube, and he took this same exact trade. So yeah, I don't really think there's anything wrong with this trade either. Those were some of the recent trades from July. On Friday, I had a small green day on my Tradeify account, but these wins are just not big enough. Now, yeah, I just took a little scalp here on oil because I needed to log a trade on my Tradeify account because most of the time I trade my Apex account, but it had been a while since I took one on my Tradeify account, and I didn't want them to, get mad at me for being inactive. So I just took a little scalp here. Nothing crazy at all, but anyway. So I think these numbers are getting a little bit better. I need to work on average win-loss and just more confidence, man. It's the same thing I keep saying every week. If I can stop making that critical mistake of just closing trades too soon and just work on confidence, I know my trading will flip pretty quickly. So alright, that's going to conclude the short recap video today. I need to get to work pretty soon, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. So as of now, the plan for this channel is just to keep on making occasional update videos, and then as my trading improves, I will eventually make videos more often, I think, because I know if I was out of Amazon and if I was trading full-time, I'd probably make 2 videos a week at least. And as of right now, I've been making just like 2 to 3 videos a month, so I'm not growing very fast. But I want my main focus to be improving my trading over being a content creator, if that makes sense. So I don't really mind that I'm not growing that fast, but I'm still very grateful for all of the subscribers that I have gained over the past couple of years of doing this. And I appreciate that a lot of you are just willing to follow me on this long journey of becoming a trader. So yeah, I just appreciate that a lot. I'm going to keep on being transparent, I'm not going to show you only my wins or whatever and just pretend to be a successful trader and start, collecting affiliate money from prop firms like that. That's not something I do. I have not made like any money from affiliate marketing. I'm not affiliated with anything right now. The only money I've made is off of a little bit of YouTube ad revenue. So yeah, right now my goal is just to get to the next level in trading, and then eventually I will up my content by a lot. So I just wanted to let you guys know what my plan was moving forward. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.